My name is John Ernest, and I'm on the family farm here, 4360 County Road JJ, and our family came over in the 1850s, so we've been here a while. And now I understand the ATC tower is zeroed right in on our farm. In fact, it literally splits it in half from east to west. And naturally, I'm not interested in having that view or even having the facility through the farm. You can, well, from where we're sitting right now, the line would come directly from the east, and it would run about 500 feet north of the church, very close to the cemetery, and angle pretty much directly this direction and go up over the hill and continue west. I guess I'd start with the amount of HEL land, which is highly erodible land, that not only is on this farm, but throughout the town of Vermont. For example, there's about 107 acres of workland on this farm that has been classified by the Farm Service Agency. That's a branch of USDA. And there's about 80 to 85 acres of highly erodible land just on this farm, so roughly 75%. And I don't think this farm is unique at all. I think if you go from here to the western edge of the town of Vermont, you'd find about the same ratio. So whether it's 75%, whether it's 50%, whether it's 60%, there's a lot of highly erodible land. So what constitutes highly erodible land? Well, it's slope, a combination of slope and soil type that is prone to erosion. It's about that simple. And for farmers, this designation means that they are restricted as far as perhaps crops that they're going to raise, or certainly tillage practices. For example, there's a lot of no-till associated with highly erodible land. But the other thing I think about is the amount of forestation in the town of Vermont, and specifically, again, if I use this farm as an example, and I follow the line across this farm and a few others, and it looks to me like, probably 2/3 of the line goes through forested land. And so back in the day, when the land was broken, there's a reason why some of that land was left forested, and that's because of its slope and its suitability, soil suitability for cropland. So to me, that if it were classified, which it is not because it's not cropland, but it would be highly erodible. So that just leads me to believe that we just have a lot of erodible land that would be involved in the power line. The forested land, it's not just going to be a swath cut, the line put in, and then let it grow back to nature. It's going to be maintained so that, there can be maintenance done on the line and that kind of thing. So I think there would be some real risk with erosion long-term, not just during the construction, but potentially long-term. And I guess I wonder if they would be under the same restrictions and regulations that our farmers here are, and they're here every day, every year. This power line shouldn't go through the town of Vermont, and that the town is really not suitable for this kind of construction. I can easily say, no, I'm not too interested in having this in my backyard, but everybody can say the same thing. And there are farms that have been in the family for many years elsewhere as well, so they would have the same objection. Well, my comments have been pretty well limited to objective concerns, but obviously there are some subjective ones as well that probably should be considered. The line goes, as I say, directly through the farm, but passes within about 500 feet of the Vermont Cemetery associated with the Vermont Church. There's also a little-known cemetery that happens to be on the farm, and it's the Vermont Pioneer Cemetery. Before the main cemetery was established at Vermont Church, the folks were buried on this farm, and that happens to be practically in line with the tower as well. And so that would be another concern I have, a subjective concern, but still one that I feel is important.